Good evening and welcome to Formula Pi Challenge Round 3 Part 2. We have made it. The snow has not kept us away tonight as we thought it might. The snow is falling outside and we're a little bit nervous about that, but we're just going to continue, and worst comes to worst, we'll just drive robots all night until we fall asleep, I guess. Tim's loitering. I can see Aaron is walking around the office. We're a little bit late tonight. Not quite as prepared as usual. Tim got distracted doing a last-minute DigiKey order. You know how it is. It's an important thing that needed doing, so there was nothing we could do about it. But we're here now. We've arrived. My name's Clive Pollard. I am at the Tufty on Twitter. I'm going to be guiding you through this evening's brief proceedings. Probably no more than half an hour, I would guess, for tonight's runs. So without further ado, I will crack on with the thing we've all come to know and love. The gorgeous spin view, to introduce our first two competitors tonight, whilst Aaron, you can see kneeling down on the track there, is booting them up. First up, we have our 2016 champions Enigma from Brentwood in Essex, currently sitting 6th in the leaderboard, so only just outside qualification for the final this year. They've had a much better season than last year. Their 2017 season was a little bit ropey, to say the best. Say the best? Is that even a phrase? Who knows? Anyway, currently sitting 6th. They've done really well so far this year. They've had some good showing, some good racing, so hopefully they'll get on well tonight. So good luck, Team Enigma from Brentwood in Essex. And next to them are 2017 champions, Lambda P Racing from Bern and Hamburg, joint team there. Like I say, won last year with a Java code base, so different to everybody else's code base, running something different from the standard Python library that we start with. And it's looking good for them as well at the moment. They are sitting 3rd, so they're in the final, sitting in that top 5 at the moment, hopefully going to keep their place after tonight. So this should be a hotly contested heat here. This is a bit stacked. Champion on champion. Tim, you're just smiling at me.
Oh, sorry. I shall input, shall I?
Maybe.
Hello, everyone. Yes, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we've had 2 minutes.
We haven't
yet. So
I set off early because I didn't want you to give me the spinny hand sign that makes me panic.
Sorry, I'm in DigiKey mode.
Last minute emergency DigiKey order was needed before the end of the day.
If I put -ND on everything I say, then you know why.
I don't know what that means.
DigiKey order numbers.
All right. Well, there we go then. Good evening to everybody in the chat. I can see Richard Haler, and I can see Jamie from the IT Guy team, and I can see Adam in there from Enigma as well. So good evening to everyone in the chat. I hope you're doing all right. I hope the snow's not been too bad for you. Because I've seen quite a few little messages today from people who are hosting jams tomorrow, and some of them have been postponed or are struggling with weather. So I'm fingers crossed for everyone who's running a jam tomorrow to celebrate the Pi birthday weekend.
Happy birthday, Pi.
Happy birthday, Raspberry Pi. Happy 1.5 birthday, if you're counting properly, or 6th birthday if you're counting not properly. For those who don't know, the Raspberry Pi was born on the 29th of February, so we can only celebrate their birthday once every 4 years, hence why they're only 1.5. You know.
Anywho.
Right, Tim's giving me the thumb.
To go.
Yeah, set them off, please. Right. So there we go. Looking for the green, red, green lights.
Light sequence, please.
Tonight is the challenge format, so there are 5 stationary robots placed at random around the track, and the idea is that the robots have to try and avoid them and get around a complete 4 laps within 3 minutes. And the winner gets 10 points, and the second place robot gets 5 points. So both robots away here. Slightly tentative from Lambda P, but Enigma just booted them straight into the troll bot and glided by. Enigma with the elbows out there on the first corner, sending Lambda P the wrong way. The champions really showing they mean business tonight. Lambda P have gone backwards now and are currently in the headbanger, but 1 lap down. Enigma are sailing around the track tonight, doing very well so far. That's some lovely avoidance there, going around that robot. Beautiful. I can see that they're ever so slightly slowing down just to get around those robots. Oh, but banging into that first one on the headbanger. Maybe they'll do something here, reverse, and think about taking a different direction. It's 1 lap to Enigma now. Lambda P still struggling to get started tonight, and now Enigma are going the wrong way as well. This isn't looking good so far. Let's see if... Where have Enigma gone? We've lost sight of them. Oh, there they are, just under the first camera. Ooh, Lambda P! That was a little bit of a handbrakey coming into the robot there. I don't think the track's too icy tonight, is it, Tim? We've not been spraying water up there as well, have we, to, deal with the sub-zero temperatures? Have you salted and gritted the track for everyone's benefit? You've been up there with the kitchen salt, haven't you, during the day? Here comes Enigma, coming into the last corner of their second lap now. So halfway for them. Let's see if they can get 2 more in 1 minute 41 seconds. Looks like Lambda P are going a bit better now, going a bit more with a bit of intent in the right direction. And hopefully putting their first lap now. Enigma coming round for their third. Avoiding very well here. Can they avoid the 2 on the inside line? Taking a really wide line, actually. I don't know if that's intentional or whether they have seen the robots and decided, you know what, nah, I'm just going to go around the outside. Let's see. There's a definite slowing down, isn't there? Within about 2 or 3 robot lengths for Enigma there, between the robot that's stationary and themselves. 2 or 3 lengths that they sort of ever so slightly slow down, possibly to do a bit more processing to think about where to go next. But looking good for this now for Enigma. About to cross the line to complete their 4 laps. That'll be 10 points to Enigma. So the Battle of the Champions settled then. That is Enigma taking the win. And that'll be Lambda P hopefully coming in second. Can they complete 2 laps in 45 seconds? I think they probably can, saving any major problems here with them crashing into the troll bots that are just positioned really meanly for this final round. Really rude positioning by Tim. Lambda P going the wrong way. Oh, that was so close. They obviously hit that first one, decided against it. Enigma though doing very well. Lambda P having a... Oh, nice! That was lovely! Oh, very nice avoidance there. Lambda P here, making a bit of a turn, heading back around again. Can they get round before the timer is up? It is possible. The lap record was 13 seconds. They did cross the line with about 17 to go, so if they can get cleanly around this last corner, they might just squeak in that last lap. No, just shy of the full 5 laps or 4 laps there, sorry, for Lambda P. That was very, very close. But good driving from both cars there. Really nice avoidance. And Enigma really taking that slightly slower line into the robots before deciding where to go and how to do things differently. Very nice. Good driving from Enigma and Adam and the team. Well done. That'll do wonders for your points on the old leaderboard. And we'll just skim back to the Formula Pi results table. See how far down you are. You are currently... 6th place. 10 points will put you up into the top 5, saving the second of the Shesmo robots, which are going later on. If they get 10 points as well, then it's going to be close between the 2 of you. I think this is going to be tight, and it might be a tiebreaker coming down to laps on this count, which will be very, very interesting to see. So 1 down. Oh, I had a bit of an announcement as well. We did look into Raspberry Infierno last night. You may have seen in the emails that Adam, thinking of Adam now because we've just seen you racing, that Aaron sent round last night about what happened with Raspberry Infierno last night. Turns out there was some problem with the way the code was returned. Am I right in reading this?
Yeah, so according to Aaron, when we did a remove of the logs directory, because it was passed as a sudo remove logs directory, the whole argument of remove gets passed to sudo command, and that ended up being too many arguments. So so yeah, that was obviously our mistake, our problem. So we've rectified that in this one, and yeah. So what had effectively happened is, because there was still log information, his robot was booting up as if I think I've been switched off mid-race, and I should straight away start again. But that wasn't actually the case. So yeah, we've fixed that and deleted all the logs as we were supposed to, and got to the bottom of that. Right. And I think Aaron's taken steps to make sure that doesn't happen again. So yeah.
Good.
Learn and move on. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were all very confused with why George's robot kicked off, and I think even he was as well last night. So hopefully,
to be fair, it was a rather complicated, rather confusing error.
It was very unusual.
Something very obvious.
So we've sorted that out now, and the Raspberry Infierno team will run again in the last heat in replace of the house robots. So that'll be the Halo Goodalls versus Raspberry Infierno in the final heat, and it should be okay this time because we've sorted out the logs. The log folder's empty now, so it shouldn't think it's mid-race and set off again, which is good. Right, so spin view, on to the next set of people that are currently lined up and waiting to go. I've lost my folders. There we go. Found it again. Crikey. Busy day. I think the snow is slowly It's eating its way into my brain. Next up, we have Swinders from Waterlooville in Hampshire. Been programming since 1983. Good amount of time. That's my lifetime. It's brilliant. Well done. Salute you, sir. Currently sitting first on the Formula Pi leaderboard, and is secretly my favourite. I really want Swinders in the final this year, because he's done 3 years of Formula Pi and not made it to the final yet. So, fingers crossed. You should be fine. I think you're well clear of everybody else at the moment. Currently 6 points ahead, top of the leaderboard. So hopefully he can keep it that way tonight and extend his lead. And next up, we've got Wacky Racer from Saint-Mablin in France. They are beginners in Python and Raspberry Pi. So new to Formula Pi, first time they've competed this year. Currently sitting 17th on the leaderboard. Still time to make it up to the top 5, I believe, because it is quite tight from about 6 down. It is very, very tight between the competitors. There's not a lot of room for manoeuvring. So a win could push them up nicely here. So fingers crossed for the Wacky Racer team, and hopefully we'll see them improve tonight on their previous results. Tim's got his thumb up.
We are ready to go.
Yeah, spin view's just finishing. Easy, Tiger.
All right.
Off you go. Now you can send your thing. Now everyone can see what's happening. You can send your command up now. You don't want to set off.
Light sequence, please.
Like we did one night, just as the spin view was finishing and all the robots set off because Tim was too keen. Green, red, green, and then there'll be a way to avoid the 5 stationary robots. 3 minutes to get 4 laps. Can Swinders extend his lead here now tonight? Oh, an absolutely flying start from Swinders. Absolutely making absolutely mincemeat of that first robot, but hammering into the second robot in the S's. Wacky Racer has gone the wrong way around the track and seems to have parked themselves on top of the last Trollbot. Swinders is currently ramming the other Trollbot, behaving like a snowplow. Useful for the outside right now that we need. Wacky Racer is now making their way round the track, flipped over there, hitting the first Trollbot, and getting a little bit stuck now, but getting a bit of a move on, having a think about it and getting around. I think Swinders appears to be stuck. Oh, I thought Wacky Racer would just smack into that robot then and then just remove it for him, but no, alas no. Wacky Racer now taking the lead, so this could be one lap for them. This could be a change in the leader tonight if we get the Halo Goodalls, who are coming up later on in the last heat. If they can get their 10 points, they might move ahead of Swinders here, and this could be a change at the top of the leaderboard. Let's see how we go. The Wacky Racer on 1 lap, Swinders on no laps, but really pushing into that robot. Hopefully now he's flipped over and the camera's on the other side. Should be able to see a way free from it and get away, but not really making much of a movement there. So not entirely sure what's going on. Can see the wheels are still turning, so somebody is still home. Let's see. And Wacky Racer has freed themselves off that robot, and now can they all piling into Swinders, but managing to free Swinders there by the looks of it. That little tap was all he needed to get away, so now he's off and Wacky Racer are 2 laps up. Can Swinders pull back 2 laps here? Let's see how we go. Pico's in the chat. He's going to do live stats for me. Thank you. I do need that. I have bits of paper with stuff written on in front of me. I am trying to do my best at counting and commentating at the same time. Not the easiest thing in the world ever, so thank you. Give me stats. Hit me with some amazing stats about stuff. That would be really good. Okay, Wacky Racer now going for their 3rd lap. Can they get their last lap in? This looks very smooth for the Wacky Racer team, so that'll be 10 points in the bag for them if they can cross the line now without colliding with Swinders, who's going the wrong way. Swinders is having a bit of a turbulent time. That's it, Wacky Racer, 10 points in the bag for them. That'll do their positioning wonders. And now Swinders, can he get 3 laps in before the end of the race? I think that is unlikely. So this could be nil point for Swinders, which gives the Halo Goodalls a chance to jump up to the top of the leaderboard if they can do well in the heat. Sorry, I'm not going to curse it, I promise. Just saying what's happening. Oh, big bang there from the upstairs. I heard that down here. That was huge. Even with my headphones on, with my noise isolating headphones. That's 2 laps for Swinders there. Not going to get the 4 in that's needed for 5 points. So that is it for Swinders. That is nil point. So that is going to mix things up at the top of the leaderboard tonight. Let's see how things pan out with the remaining heats. I think the teams to watch coming up are the Chesmore Code Club coming up in Heat 4 and the Halo Goodalls coming up in Heat 5. I think they're going to be your 2 that could potentially sneak in and get further to that first place. The Halo Goodalls have definitely got a chance, I reckon. Let's have a look at the old leaderboard, see what we do. So the Chesmo team could go level with Swinders on points at this rate if they get 10 points in their heat too. So it's exciting, it's close. I think there'll be enough points here on offer to really mix up that top 5 tonight. Tim, any comments?
No.
I'm picking on you in between the heats now tonight because you told me off yesterday for picking on you in the middle of the race.
I see.
So I'm picking on you in the middle. If you have any interesting comments or interjections.
Well, I guess I could talk about raptors, but shall I talk raptors?
If you want to, you can come closer to the mic as well. It's not going to eat you.
Oh, okay. Let's make it all nice and loud, moving mics about. We've done some more development on raptors, so hopefully we should have some things in time for the next round in 2 weeks' time.
That was your emergency DigiKey order tonight.
This is part of the emergency DigiKey order. Yeah, I'm being a bit late on this one.
Really?
Not my normal time frame, but it is all still going well. We're still doing some coding development, and some hardware at the minute is what's really holding things up, and that's all my fault. So. But to be fair, everything is looking quite good at the minute. So it shall be an interesting series. And, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the first demo. And if you're part of the first demo. You're giving me the spin view feed.
Yeah, because I'm doing spin view now.
Okay.
I started talking and you weren't listening.
Right.
Team Lamillo from Sedgefield in the UK, the next team up to try and do the challenge series tonight. They are currently sitting 14th on the leaderboard. Dad does a fair bit of programming. Kids do Python at school, which I always approve of because I love seeing kids learning programming. I didn't get the opportunity, so I'm dead jealous, but I really love it. We're going to have so many programmers in a few years' time that are going to be top notch, and it's going to be awesome. Next up, our lovely sponsors for this year, IQ Audio, currently sitting in 8th on the leaderboard. Just on the edge of the Formula final, I seem to remember. They are 16 points, so they're 10 points behind the current sitting for the final. So if they do all right tonight, it could push themselves closer to that 5th place spot. And I think that spot is going to be so hotly contested because there's maybe 3 or 4 robots that could potentially get in. So IQ Audio looking to get into the final. After last year narrowly missing out on the eliminators, and yeah, they did really well last year. They won a couple of heats last year, had a really good time, and then it sort of tailed off towards the end in the eliminators, but they did very well. Right, yes please Tim.
We are ready.
Yes.
Okay, start light sequence please.
So it is good to go. Let's see how we're doing. So green, red, green, and then we'll be away again. And off. So let's see who goes round first. It looks like IQ Audio have bashed into the wall there, and Lamillo have just collided with the first troll bots. And then a complete switch over, and IQ Audio just glide by as Lamillo are struggling with the barrier. Ooh, IQ Audio making some really, really aggressive turning movements there as they came into the robot, obviously analysing that it was there, and trying to make the move to get into the gap between the two robots. But really aggressive turning there. But they seem to be going flat chat. That seems to be 100%, and they're just slowing down a little bit when they're trying to analyse things. Again, seeing a similar strategy to Enigma, but the movement as they come in close, it's like they're just homing in, just trying to work out where things are and how to move. Interesting strategy. Good seeing these different strategies developing. I like the strategies. Oh, but colliding with that trollbot there that's actually moved off the mark, but still getting stuck. Flipping over. Now, let's see if they can get free from this. Oh, proper wheel bounce there. Oh, big crash there from Lamillo as they smash into the two that are parked on Headbanger Corner. Oh, lovely little spin there before setting off. Excuse me. I ate something before we started doing broadcast. Shouldn't have done that. It's all gone very quiet now. IQ Audio suddenly clocking up the first 2 laps very, very quickly, but now getting stuck on that first troll bot and really mauling them in that first corner. Really kicking arse, just trying to get round. See if they make a difference. Ooh, a bit aggressive there. And they're off again. Oh, that turning is really aggressive as they're coming in. That was really interesting. I'm mystified by what would be causing that. It's very interesting. So Lamillo just making their way round there, possibly a little false positive as they came into that first corner, just thinking there was something there, but there wasn't. So they just slowed down without making a move. And now IQ Audio are piling into this Trollbot as well. So now they're all going out. Oh, that's a restart.
That was a restart.
That's a restart. Oh, dearie me. Lamillo just banging on that robot and causing a reboot. So that's it, I think, for them. Short of having a structure in place like George's that says there are log files present, you need to get moving. This could be it for Lamillo. But can IQ Audio get across the line in the last 45 seconds? They should be able to, saving any more big crashes. That robot's moved miles off its marks. I think that's it now. They are home and dry. That'll be the 10 points going to IQ Audio, if I'm correct. That is 4 laps. They are done. And Lamillo look like they are stranded on that robot now after a restart. But that was a good show from them up till this point. It was looking very, very promising. So it's a shame. However, IQ Audio now just laying on the pen. That is painful. But we're done. That is almost time up now. And that's time up. We are done. Finished for Heat 3. So, the full 10 points going to IQ Audio there, which boosts their position and puts them on equal points currently with Enigma and Chesmo on 26 points for 5th place. So Tim's making a funny hand signal at me now. You see, he started developing all these hand signals without telling me what they are.
You said you didn't like my 2 variations of hand
because
signals. So
topologically they're the same.
S.
So S for sponsors.
That's
is that
the one.
Right. Goodness me. At least he's not swearing at me. We can be all thankful for that, at least. So, as I've been so politely reminded, we wouldn't be here without our lovely sponsors, so I have to give them a shout out every week. I am contractually obliged to do so.
Contractually.
So thank you, first of all, to Electromaker, a lovely hardware hacker community started up in December last year. Go and share your makes with them at electromaker.io. They've got a competition on at the moment, so go and check that out. The lovely Pimeroni gang from Sheffield with their lovely shiny boards of much beautifulness, currently under a bit of snow, I seem to saw Phil was saying, but hopefully they're all okay up there. Go and check their stuff out because their boards are amazing. Self-driving track days, Alex and the team providing real-world autonomous driving experience days. Go and check out their website. The lovely IQ Audio, who we've just seen racing. What a lovely segue into their beautiful website that sells audio hats and DACs for the Raspberry Pi. The company that employs me, ITI, we make CADfix. It's a data translation and migration tool for CAD. We also do preparation for simulation and things like that, so go and check out CADfix. I can highly recommend it. The programming is awesome. I wrote some of it. POSIX, GPS satellite positioning, indoor stuff for the robots. We use them on the new Faster Raptors. Localized GPS, sorry. Hot Packers, the lovely brewing collective from Canterbury, Hannah and Tristan, who Tim went to brew with last weekend. Check out their progress on Facebook and see how they're getting on. The lovely team at My Pi, who look after our boards and keep the monster borgs in their lovely stables overnight, and also sell lots of other lovely Raspberry Pi bits. Stuttery tonight. If you'd like to sponsor Formula Pi, give us a shout, info@formulapi.com. Send us an email. If you'd like to say anything else to us, send us an email, info@formulapi.com. We're also on Twitter @formulapi_ and @pi_borg for all of our robotics stuff. And yeah, now you're doing the spin view finger.
Now the spin view.
The spin view finger. You're making it a lot more vigorous now, that arm movement. I can I've completely lost where I am now.
So I just spin on my chair around?
You could, but it'll squeak on the old microphone and then everyone will hear your squeaky chair. See, everyone can hear that. It's very noisy, very distracting. Nobody wants to hear it. Right, I've lost where I am now. Right, there we go. I found myself now again. Lovely. So, next up for Heat 4 this evening, as previously advertised, it is Team Chesmo Co-Club from Kjella in Norway. They are currently doing very, very well. They've got one robot that's currently sitting in 7th place that ran last night, and this team, which is currently sitting in 5th place, so in the final spot for the finals in a couple of weeks' time. Looking really strong. They've had some very, very good races, won a couple of heats, and have looked very, very good. Hopefully tonight, getting a few more points in the bag, pushing them into a bit more of a safer spot for the final. So good luck to the Team Go Club. Next up, we've got the Solar Cats from Albuquerque, New Mexico, ranging from beginner to intermediate in Python, C++, C#, and Java. So all of the languages, basically, except Fortran, but only I code in that. They're doing really well as well. They're currently sitting in 14th place of their first season of Formula Pi, and we know their other team that's competing in Pi Wars as well. So generally lovely group of chaps. Really enjoying having them here, and hopefully we'll catch up with Kelly and the rest of the gang.
So what is that
Kerry,
lid?
sorry.
Is it a cat gwyn or a...
It's a cat gwyn or a pat.
a
Pen cat.
Penguity? I don't know.
Penguat. Don't know. It's wonderful though. Anything involving cats gets me points.
I do like
gets points
it.
from me. I think that's...
We're ready to go.
We're good to go, yeah. Send them off, please. So here are Heat 4.
Start the light sequence, please.
So the Solar Cats could push themselves closer to the final, and then if they did well in the final race heat, they could see themselves in the final. Let's see, green light, and they're both away. It's good to see everyone getting away tonight. I'm enjoying this. Nobody's left on the start line. The Code Club team there just smashing into the first robot that's parked. Solar Cats struggling, moving a little bit slower, a bit more obvious movements. Ooh, bit of a wheelie there for Shesmo as they move off the line. Looking really strong there now. Let's see how they do. So they could get a lap in here. Whoa, just grazing past that robot on the outside of the headbanger. Solar Cats making their way towards the Trollbots. Shesmo have put in their first lap there. Really making mincemeat of that Trollbot there, just bashing into it. Oh, Solar Cat's helping them down. And Pico is giving me live updates to the stats on the leaderboards. Thank you. It's very helpful. Yes, I think Swinders... Swinders and Enigma are tied, I think, at the moment. Dino 2 possibly in the same place. I don't think they did well last night. So we'll have to wait and see for the official. But from Pico's live updates from the chat, it looks like it could be a tie at the top between Swinders and Enigma, which would be very, very interesting. So Swinders, saving the Halo Goodalls to having an amazing performance. That could be that top spot there. Might be Swinders still kept. He's sat neatly on the top for the whole of the season so far. It'd be a shame to see him unseated, but it could happen tonight. So let's see. One lap each here for Shesmo and the Solar Cats. See if they can get their 4 laps in before time is up. Solar Cats seem to be struggling there on the S's with that Trollbot that's just parked. You can see the black tape we've put on the floor to mark where the Trollbots need to be repositioned. That is where the front tyres need to go back to when we go to the next heat. And Pico's just updating us that is not counting tie-break lap counts. Yes, that's how we separate people who are on the same number of points. We use laps achieved in the series so far to separate.
Those bits of tape actually go between the two wheels.
Between the two wheels, sorry Tim, I thought they were front wheel markers. So they're between the two wheels.
Between the front and rear, yeah.
Right, okay. So that shows how much they've moved then. These robots, these two have really had a proper attack of these trolls. Aaron's going to have a lot of moving to do, so we're going to have to chat for a fair bit of time amongst ourselves whilst Aaron is repositioning them. But it looks like this is going to be very tight for time right now. The Solar Cat's currently leading. They could get the full laps here if they're quicker. What happens if Shesmo 2 and Housebot reached 4 turns, but the first is the Housebot? Well, actually, we've saved that answer from last night. There was a code error with Rasparis del Infierno that was actually our fault. So we have given the Rasparis del Infierno's spot. We've swapped them with the Housebot for the final heat here. So there won't be a Housebot. So it will be the Halo Goodalls versus Rasparis del Infierno next. So that's it for this race. Solar Cats with 3 laps, so close to getting the full 4, and Shesmo 1 on 1 lap. So that will be tricky. That'll be 0 points for each, but it means that Shesmo might be at risk here in their 5th place position. It could be that the Rasparis del Infierno team could catch them up. Let's look at my list. No, not quite. They're just out of touch. So hopefully the Code Club team will be stuck there, and they will sit in the 5th place delicately, and it will all come down to racing next week. So, Tim, any comments?
No.
At least he's honest. Right, let's get on with the final spin view for tonight before we venture out into the snow to attempt to get home. Pray for us, we might not make it. The Fens are a treacherous place this time of year. Next up is the Hayler Goodalls. I've seen Richard Hayler in the chat tonight. They are currently sitting second on the leaderboard, only a couple of points behind Swinders, 6 points behind Swinders, sorry. And they are looking good tonight to get some more points. So fingers crossed they'll get their 4 laps done first, and they can take the 10 points and move into the lead. They've got a previous 5th place and 3rd place in Formula Pi, so finalists both years, looking to make it 3 years on the trot for them, so good luck. And similarly, here we have Rasparas del Infierno from Madrid in Spain, who have got 2 finals under their belts as well, getting a 3rd place and a 5th place. So hopefully for them, they'll be able to catch up and make it into the final for this year. They're 16 points adrift at the moment from the final, currently sitting in 13th place. So hopefully they'll be able to get more points tonight and clock up a few more points in the racing next week and make it into the final. Problem is the final's not big enough for everyone. I want everyone in the final because I love everyone and I don't want anyone to go home. I want everybody to keep racing all the time. I'm still trying to persuade Tim to put like 15 robots on the track at the same time. He's not going to let me do it yet.
We will probably go back to having an A final, B final.
Oh,
next
that's
season.
the best.
Yeah.
Make it more like BMX. More finals. Do you know British Cycling's just gone through that and they've had a big argument because they tried to get rid of B finals and everyone was outraged.
Yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't do it.
I understand why.
Yep.
Yeah, we made a boo-boo, but...
yeah. Next year.
Yeah.
Good. Right, so, are they ready?
Next season. This year. Next season.
Oh god, we have 2 seasons a year, don't we?
We do.
So you can't get rid of us that easily. Right. Hayler G makes you sound like some sort of rap act. Richard, I'm expecting a full-on rap next time I see you. It says Hayler G on the timer thing.
Hayler G.
Yeah. So it sounds like a rap group of some description. I'm a secret hip-hop fan. Don't tell anyone.
You've done the spin.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't.
You've not heard from Aaron?
We are ready.
Has he frozen upstairs, or is he okay?
No, that was just 2 minutes. So.
Oh, good.
We are
Okay.
ready to go.
Set them away, please.
Okay, start light sequence, please.
Okay. So, green, red, green, and then we'll be away for this battle of the Formula Pi veterans here. Let's see who comes out on top of this one. We had the winners in the last heat, or in the first heat, sorry, this evening. Let's see who comes out on top tonight between the Hayler Goodalls and the Rasparas del Infierno. The Hayler Goodalls taking a slightly more tentative approach to things that appears to be paying off. They've just glided by that one. And the Rasparas del Infierno team this time getting away cleanly and not setting off as soon as we switched them on, which was what happened last night. The Hayler Goodalls just grazing past that wall, making the turn and going nicely round all the robots. Oh, bit of a collision there. Oh, God, they haven't beached themselves, have they already? Oh, no. Okay, phew, they're off. It's fine. They're going again. That'll be a lap in. Excellent. That's what we want to hear. Don't want to see any people getting stuck out of these two. Really want to see these two complete their 4 laps. The Hayler Goodalls making their way round, albeit tentatively, but the avoidance is working. They seem to be making light work of these robots and the awkward positions that Tim's put them in this week. I think the frost is making him mean. And he's putting all the robots in horrid positions. Oh, lovely bit of...
fairly horrible positions there.
Yeah, they were, but there was a lovely bit of coordinated driving then. One going backwards, one going forwards. That was just like the ice skating at the Olympics then, just for a moment, where they were both perfectly synchronised, one going forwards, one going backwards at the same pace. Now Rasparas del Infierno have set off at a pace here, 1 lap in. Can they... Oh, big collision there as the Hayler Goodalls were trying to make a decision as to where to go. Really reversing fast into Rasparas del Infierno. But Rasparas del Infierno now away again. The Hayler Goodalls trying to make their way around that Trollbot, but getting a little bit stuck. And now Rasparas have got a bit more of a speed on them. So here they come round for their 2nd lap to tie. Hayler Goodalls still stuck on that first Trollbot. Can Rasparas get round them? Oh, they can! So that's Rasparas have overtaken the Hayler Goodalls there. Oh, but now got stuck on the Trollbot. Oh, there's a crash. Oh, dearie me. Are they going to get... Oh, now the Hayler Goodalls are stuck on there. Oh, dearie me. So, the Rasparas team have now taken off at a pace, but the Hayler Goodalls are still making good work at getting round these robots, really making it a bit of a slower pace, give themselves a bit more time to process, and then making a decision about where to go. Very wise move. And it'll definitely get you the laps, and it'll save the crashes. I can see the Rasparas in the background there have got stuck again, but I think this could be 10 points to Rasparas, because they are just winging round the track here. Oh, but they've got stuck on that last robot. Oh, this is going to come down to the last half lap. Who is going to get the 10 points here? Can the Halo Goodalls get round? Oh, that was vicious! That was a really vicious headbang there on the track. I'm surprised I can't hear that down here, actually. It's right above my head, pretty much. Where have the Halo Goodalls gone? It's like we're waiting patiently to see who's going to get in here first. There are the Halo Goodalls on the S's, making their way around. Can they get past Russ Paristel and Fieno and just snatch the victory away from them? This is so close. It's down to the little... and Russ Paristel are away. They've got away. Oh, with seconds to spare before the Halo Goodalls have arrived, and that is it. Russ Paris have done their 4 laps, and that's time up. So that is, by the skin of their teeth, 10 points to Russ Paristel and Fieno, and absolutely guttingly close, the Halo Goodalls on 3 laps, almost 4 laps. Just got a little bit too stuck on some of those robots to not get the points. That is so close. But that's it. I think we're done for the Challenge Series this year.
Yeah, it is. I mean, what I would like to know is please let us know what you thought of the Challenge Series. We are thinking of dropping it for next season. But do you think we should run something similar? Do you think we should run something a little less aggressive and a little easier to get around? Perhaps one robot or a robot that's not stationary, for example.
We will send out a survey, we did last year, to get opinions from people. So please just let us know what you think.
Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think we could improve on. What you think we couldn't improve on.
Mm-hmm.
And
so I think that basically means that Swinders and Enigma are tied for first place at the moment. So it'll come down to laps between the two of them. That'll be exciting. So bringing it all down to racing for next week, I think. Be interesting to see a leaderboard after this, actually. And I will try and keep a live leaderboard next week. I will organise that whenever racing is. 2 weeks' time. It's going to be a busy week.
Yes.
So if you're heading
2 weeks'
out...
time, but obviously on Wednesday and Thursday, not on Thursday and Friday.
Yes, obviously going back to our normal schedule, we will not be affected by the snow this time. Hopefully not. In 2 weeks' time. I'm a bit bored of snow already. I don't want any more, thanks, dear weather people. Other announcements to make: if you're out this weekend, have a fabulous time at the Raspberry Pi parties that are on up and down the UK and around the world, actually. So let us know how you're getting on, whether you're enjoying yourself, how much cake you've eaten. Yeah, pictures please on Twitter at pi_borg or at Formula Pi_. We may or may not be heading out this weekend. We're undecided because the snow's quite bad here, so it's difficult to get out of our village when it's snowing. So we might be stranded. We might have to have cake at home instead. We'll have cake. There'll be cake. It'll be fine. But have fun if you're heading out this weekend. Let us know what you get up to, and we will speak to you in a couple of weeks' time. Is there anything happening between now and then that I need to announce, maybe?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head, no.
Because these weeks are coming by awful thick and fast this year. It's been very busy. So next race will be the 14th of March. Spectators tickets for Pi Wars, make sure you get them organised, because I'm sure they will sell out because it's hugely popular, and we will be there with various bits of torture equipment for robots, as we usually are. So make sure you check out piwars.org, get your tickets ordered from Mike and Tim, and we will see you there. Equally for the Guild of Makers, if you're into making and you want to learn more about doing it as a business, head to Guild of Makers on Twitter at Guild of Makers and get yourself some tickets for the launch event, which is happening on the 16th of March. It's 2 days after the next Formula Pi, just so you know. We will be there and enjoying that and sitting around and taking in the scenery at the Autodesk Centre in Birmingham. So get tickets for that. What else? I think that's it, isn't it?
That is probably about it.
Have a lovely Pi party. Happy birthday, Raspberry Pi, and we will see you when we get back. So have a great weekend, everyone, and we will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.